the fact that I agree with Huda is insane. Is insane for me to say. I'm sorry. And the fact that the other girls are pissing me off right now is also insane. I wouldn't say I hate them, but I don't understand where they're coming from. Okay, so I'm gonna be playing some clips because I'm seeing online as well that a lot of people are misunderstanding people's positions and arguments, and people are not getting accurate account of what actually happened in the episode of what people are trying to say. And it's hard for me to have this very complex conversation over TikTok because it can go wildfire and people can only pick certain things and understand one point but not the next. So I think I can lay everything and all of my thoughts here, safe space, even in the comments, leave your comments about what I'm about to say. I want to first say the fact that these girls don't know what girls code is. It looks like they've redefined what the girl code is. You guys were not there sticking up for Amaya when she was crying her balls out, when Ace was coming after her about being her authentic self. And I think Ace is trying, okay, I'll get to that in a second, but I don't understand why I don't understand why nobody stuck up for her. And I also understand why the only person who stuck up was Brian, because Brian is also, he's Hispanic. So he's going to say, you know, yes, like her personality, her mannerisms is quite normal in the Hispanic community. And if you're Canadian, if you're from like any other country and you come to the United States, strangers would be like, hey babe, oh no worry hun, like, oh no worry love, like it's they throw around those words very casually. So for Ace to wake up one day and be like, yeah, stop calling me babe, that's triggering, that's weird. Because aren't you from LA? Aren't you from the United States? I'm trying to move. I'm also going to try to see if I can move the mic, because I feel like when I increase my voice, you know, the voice doesn't temper itself. It's just so insane to me. Also, the one part that made me laugh so bad, and I do like Chris, but Chris goes, I don't care, fuck less, like I can go overseas and play basketball. Then go play basketball. Why in the world are you on the dirtiest dating show, the raunchiest dating show online as an NBA player? It's not a flex. Who is your agent? Who is your manager? Why are they allowing you to go on Love Island? Why are you on Love Island? Why you could be making hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars across the way? I just don't get it. I laugh so hard. I'm like, then go. Why are you here? Why are you here? Like I said that from the rip on my TikTok. Why are you here? Anyways. But I do like Chris. So I'm gonna go through each and every character. There's a lot to catch up. I think I'm gonna bring back past scenes that I want to talk about, my opinion on everybody through this through episode 26, and everybody's opinions of each other that's been exposed in the last episode. Obviously, this is spoiler alert. Like, you need to be caught up on Love Island. Like, my entire life is surrounded by Love Island. And that's the thing too. I want to go off, but I have to remind myself, my brain and my body reminds myself, not only do you have like other things to do, like, this is a TV show, girl. The show's going to be gone in 2 weeks. What are you going to do? I'm like, I don't know. But at the other hand, I'm like, I'm so obsessed. And before I go into the show, I do blame the producers. I was watching I watch TikTok, scrolling TikTok, and there was this like pretty white girl. She comes up and on the feed and she goes, oh, I'm not in Love Island because I didn't want to be on Love Island. I'm an influencer. If I go on Love Island, I'm going to lose my momentum that I have here on TikTok and other platforms. I'm going to lose money. Understandable. But the producer who found her on TikTok or was DMing her was telling her not to tell the other producers in Love Island that she's an influencer. That like, it's like they don't want influencers, which is strange to me because every single person in this show is an influencer. is an influencer. And if they picked regular 9 to 5 girlies like the UK Love Island does, then we would have seen raw reactions of people. We would have seen it, right? And that's why Love Island season 6 was good. If you're wanting to get more Love Island, go watch season 6 Love Island USA, because a lot of them were real people. Some of them did social media, but like they were micro influencers, like they weren't really on TikTok like that. But a lot of them were real people. You know what I mean? So like everybody here are not, they're like, a lot of them are influencers. So a lot of them are tempering themselves. A lot of them are reducing their emotions, not saying how they truly feel because they know how they're going to be portrayed on reality TV. And that's the other thing about this too. Everybody's too aware that they're on Love Island, that they've also misunderstood the whole point of Love Island, which is to find love, okay, to create a meaningful, genuine connection. And so everybody just wants to stay in the villa. I don't know if they want to stay in the villa to win. I don't know if they want to stay in the villa to win $100,000. I don't know if they want to stay in the villa because they're having fun. Like, God forbid you're having fun. You're in this is summertime. We're in summertime. If you took 2 months off to go on Love Island, you're here. Might as well have a blast. Like, you probably will feel some type of way if they kick you off the island because you're probably having a lot of fun. So, and it seems like everybody is having a lot of fun in the villa. Nobody wants to leave. But I don't know if that's also they want to win 100K. I don't know if this is because they want to win. I don't know if because they want to look good before TV because everybody wants to become famous. So there are all of these dynamics. And then I also agree with some people who are also saying this as well, that a lot of this is a really good reflection of how dating is in 2025. And I tell my mom all the time, who wants me to get married like 5 years ago, is that dating in 2025 is extremely hard. Everybody's open. God forbid you mention marriage or like you want to create a lasting relationship. Everybody's love bombing. Everybody is not being honest about how they really feel because they want to create a roster. So there's like all of these things that are being reflected in this season of Love Island. And it's just, I don't like it. I do like half of the cast, but I don't like the other half of the cast, which we'll get into now. So, where's my glasses? So, number one, I'm gonna, there's the circle. I'm gonna start off of here where Austin and Jalen, is it Jalen or Jason? Jalen? I don't like Austin. Austin is boring. Austin is apparently MAGA. Don't know if that's true or not. That's what everybody's saying. That's not the reason why I don't like him. I don't like him because he hasn't had any connections, and also he's boring. And also, like, his conversations make me sleep. Like, I cannot have a 10-minute just scene on just Austin and Jalen. I can't. And also, Austin, I don't like the way he treated Amaya. And Austin is constantly moping. He's constantly moping. So he needs to leave. I don't hate I don't know what her name, Jaden? Is it Jaden or the one couple up with Austin? I don't hate her, but I also don't love her. I don't think she's really into Austin. I really do think that she likes that he's a sweet guy. Because I think everybody in the villa likes Austin because he's a nice guy. But I don't think he's good to be in a relationship with. Like, he's a good guy. He's a sweet guy. Let's just say that. So between the whole Ace and Austin situation, so Austin had a question about the Jeremiah situation as to the fact that everybody thinks that Ace is a ringleader in the actual villa. I don't think Ace isn't, to me, and if you can disagree with me in the comments, but Ace to me is a natural leader. Natural leader. Not only he has strong opinions, he stands on those opinions and he will tell you that to your face. right? Everything that we're hearing Ace say in this episode is nothing that we haven't heard before and the other villa have not heard before, right? He is a natural leader. Ace does create plans to make sure that everybody, the OG stays, that everybody has a girl, everybody has a guy, to make sure everybody's copacetic and doesn't leave the villa. But also Ace is also one of those people who wants to make sure that everybody can explore the connection, and that's why he's so pissed. He's so pissed with Shelly, with the fact that he had to kick Coco off the island, because he really liked Coco. He really liked Coco, and he really thought something could go there with Coco, and he really thought of her. So that could be a Shelly 2.0. Even though Coco is her own beautiful, genuine, independent, smart woman, that's a Shelly 2.0. Like, those are two serious connections, and that's why that's partly the reason why Ace is kind of mad with Shelly. So, Ace did not do a really good job as to explain why they kicked off Jeremiah. Again, I blame the producers for this, and I do think the producers did not do a good job of explaining what Love Island is. I'm pretty sure the producers are telling Ace and others, you're here to explore connections, create connections. You're here to explore. When you hear that so many times, guess what? That means that Love Island is here to explore. But what they've forgotten is, once you explore, you create your connection, you stick with that connection, you explore within that connection, you explore that person, right? In and all. And then you watch that relationship get tested over time. So that's kind of how Love Island works. So Ace thinks, because Jeremiah knows what he wants, and I've watched Jeremiah speak, in interviews, Jeremiah is the type of person who knows what he wants. He knows what he wants. He's not afraid to go after it, and he has a good level head on his shoulders. So when Adriana came into the villa, he wanted to get to know her because he knows that he likes her. He doesn't have to play the field. He doesn't have to explore like Dora the Explorer, like Ace is doing. He doesn't need to do it because he knows that he likes her. He knows that's her type. I am like Jeremiah in that way. When I see somebody, I go all in. But a lot of the times, I don't have people to do that with. Like, there are not a lot of guys who are like, oh, I like you so much, or let me go after you. No. But sometimes it's rare that there are guys that once they open their mouth, once I get to know them, their personality, once I see them, oh, he's for me. He's definitely for me. That's what he did with Huda. That's his type. Like, he's a sweet girl. Like, I don't think they were going to last, but he honed in, explored that connection with her, sat her down, and wanted to lock in. Like, that's who Jeremiah is, and that's the whole point of Love Island. Ace did not really do a really good job of explaining that. Austin is a pussy, a wimp with Amaya. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you right now. I'm not gonna hold you. The way Austin spoke to Amaya when Austin was having a conversation with Ace was insane to me. I hate that so much. When you are talking about me and I interject in that conversation where I am the subject, you tell me to shut up? Let's go. No. And you're supposed to apologize to me, but you're telling me to shut up because I'm interjecting in the conversation? You're done. And the fact that Austin is still here is still really weird to me. I ain't gonna hold you. It's too weird. And Deanna, she killed it with that note. She killed it with that postcard. Well, I used to hear Austin. And so, yeah, no, Austin, he been gone. Like, I don't like him. So, yeah. Let's go to Amaya. Amaya and Ace. I don't know what's wrong with Ace. Like, I get it, Ace. You don't like her. But guess what? No one's forcing Amaya down your damn throat. So if you don't like her, you don't have to talk to her. But instead, you pulled her in a challenge. You kissed her and started grinding on her. What is that about? I hate guys who are like, I don't like you, but I like you. I like you as a person, but I don't like you. Like, what is that about? You've made it clear you don't like who Amaya is. You don't like her core. But you pulled her and you kissed her. You're a freak. You're a weirdo. I'm sorry. You're a weirdo. And I like Ace. That's the problem. Ace has a weird blind spot for Amaya. For him to dogpile as a grown man, dogpile on Amaya on national television when we already know, we all know, family. We all know how much you don't like Amaya. We all know you. We all know. What's the point of repeating it? Playing devil's advocate. Because why not? He probably said it as like a way, as constructive criticism, as like, listen, you can come off too emotional at times and like we don't know how to react, and that's why the girls didn't speak up, because like, which is still not an excuse, but they're probably looking at Amaya crying. We don't know if it's too much crying, and that's when she walked away and it's like, okay, she definitely had enough, right? But like, I don't know, like, nobody's having brains and ears. Like, is it the sun? Is it like, what is it? Why can't you see that when a man is constantly dogpiling, bullying another woman on national television? Like, what is... That's weird. And I don't know why Ace is continuing to do that. Ace is continually to tell Amaya, you're too emotional, but nobody is forcing you down her damn throat. Stay away from her. Don't kiss her in challenges. Stop that. He's a freak. I'm sorry. When Ace pulled Amaya, I felt really weird. That was weird. That was weird to me. And then Ace started to become upset, and then he started to walk away. He started to chase after Amaya. For what? Because he saw how upset she was? Again, I think his mindset is, I'm trying to tell you something that I think that you need to work on. And we're like, she doesn't need to work on. She's being authentic self. Y'all haven't been authentic self. But honestly, Ace has been his authentic self this entire time. I ain't gonna hold you. He's him, Ace, for the most part, let's say 90% authentic. Him, Amaya, and Huda and Chris have been, and I would say, what's that Hispanic dude? Not Jaden. Brian. Those 5 people have been their most authentic self in here. So it seems like Ace was upset with the fact that he got Amaya upset. Yeah, you should feel upset. Because looks like America is going to vote you out of the island. And that's why, too, it's so weird, because I feel so weird sometimes commenting on these TV shows, because they're not characters. They're actually real people. And they're going to come out of this villa and onto internet. They're going to be like, oh, wow, that's where you guys think of me. I didn't know about that. It's like, oh my God. Like, Huda coming out. Like, but then again, we'll get to Huda. Huda, listen, we're going to get to everything. Next, I think it was like Shelly. Oh no, Zach. When Zach opened up and piped up about Amaya, you clocked it, and you got yourself some justice. You did exactly what I would do. I would say, you know what, Zach? Excuse me. You know what, Zach? I think I'm done. I'm done with our connection, because she was right. I gave you ample amount of time to tell me how you feel about me, and you said, oh no, we're good. In fact, you said you also have legs too. Why can't you pull me? I heard that. I'm like, so you have problem pulling a girl, chasing after a girl? Are you the type of person who believes that the woman should also put equal work into the relationship? I didn't like that. And then again, I've been clocked to the Zach and Amaya shouldn't be together. I already clocked it. I already said it. They shouldn't be together. Zach K never liked her. Zach K doesn't like Oleandra. I think Zach K finds Oleandra attractive, and I don't think Oleandra likes Zach K too. I think they just have to talk because there's no one else for them. Which honestly, they both should go home. And I love Oleandra, but they both should go home because there's nobody here for them. If the producers are not going to give Oleandra her type, like her actual type, like a man that she needs, she should go home. Next, let's play. I wanna go play by play with Ace and Shelly and their conversation, because it's like I do want to make sure that we get everything that they said correct here. So let's go into it. Okay. For copyright reasons, I'm just going to like fast forward it. And hopefully we can, because I think people are not understanding the Ace and Shelly situation.
I don't understand why you want boundaries set during challenges for us both, but want to continue exploring things with other people. Ace.
And it's interesting because here's the thing. I know Ace wrote that to Shelly. Some people are saying that Ace shouldn't have wrote that to Shelly. Ace should have, pull her to the side and talk to her. But it's like, Ace is just being cheeky. And I think Shelly likes the fact that Ace is kind of like a little bit cheeky, like in a way, like kind of like, it's kind of like a fun way. It wasn't like a slight. It wasn't like anything. It was just like, it's a question. But I do find it a bit weird that they're having, and this is a conversation that both of them should have by themselves. But that's why Shelly smiled, because it's like, I don't know. Like, it's honestly, I've changed my mind. It's a conversation that they should have by themselves. But anyways, so before I play it, you'll see the conversation is really interesting because Ace has already clocked it. Shelly is having a conversation about boundaries. Ace is having a conversation about the relationship. They're not on the same page.
Why does there need to be boundaries about exploring? We talked about, if anything, you initiated I'm still open to exploring, so I've done just that.
It's not a problem that you're exploring, but it's the fact that you're trying to put a boundary on me while exploring. I don't get that.
Ace is also a weirdo on this too. Don't you like Shelly, Ace? Don't you like Shelly? Don't you find it hot that Shelly wants you to herself? And that's why she's putting a boundary on you. Like, that's why she doesn't want you to do too much with other girls in challenges. But Shelly, you're doing too much in challenges. The hypocrisy is insane. Like, this is what I'm saying. Shelly is telling Ace, you told me to explore, so I'm exploring. But Ace is like, girl, explore, but I want to explore too. And also in challenges. But this is what I'm saying. Ace wants to lock down. Ace doesn't understand why Shelly is constantly exploring. What is there to explore? And obviously after this episode, Chris has made it clear that he just wants to talk to and explore Huda, and that's it. Right? But anyways, Ace is right. Like, why are you putting boundaries on me when there's no boundaries on you, Shelly? So if I'm Ace, I would tell Shelly, I have no problems if you put boundaries on me. But the boundaries need to be placed on both of us. I will not do whatever I did with Huda, which was actually insane. Let me just do a caveat. Putting your punani on someone's face is insane work. But the fact that Shelly did not give enough heat to Ace is also insane. They have not had a proper conversation on how Ace acted in that challenge unless the producers decided not to show it. But that was insane for him to be grabbing her behind when Shelly didn't even like touch Chris when Chris was kissing her. was insane. But anyways, whatever. And we'll get to Huda and her behavior. Shelly, you can be going back for seconds and doing whatever you want in challenges while Ace can do the same. But the reason why Shelly wants boundaries for Ace, because Ace doesn't know the natural boundaries, apparently. Ace does not know that, you know, a girl's punani cannot be on your face. Like, that's apparently to Ace, that's okay. Like, no. And that's why Nick and Sierra had a conversation. We're locked in now. Therefore, I don't want you to do the most with other girls. And Nick's like, oh, okay, even though and Nick's like, but I won't kiss Alejandra, but I'll put her foot in my mouth. Like, he's such a freak. Like a little freak, bro. Oh, my lordy. Anyways, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they both want to have their cake and eat it too. Like, Ace is like, okay, you want to explore, great. I'm going to explore and I'm going to get to do the most. Shelly is like, I'm going to explore, but I also want you to have boundaries. Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. So I think I heard somebody say that it's kind of like their relationship is kind of like an aversion of a real life poly relationship, where, you know, they're open, but there needs to be like boundaries on what they kind of do, because this is the anchoring relationship they've chosen to be together, right? But they are inviting other people into the relationship. So here's my take. I think Shelly is right, obviously, to declare boundaries, because apparently Ace does not know now you can't put Huda's panani on your face in a challenge. Frick. And Ace is also right to question Shelly, like, why are you still exploring? I chose you. But I also understand why other people are saying as well that Shelly was really patient and and gave Ace a lot of grace when Ace was constantly exploring in the beginning and chose Amaya and not Shelly in the beginning. So, yeah. But then again, Shelly had a weird crush for Austin, so maybe that's why Ace chose Shelly, because Ace probably heard that Shelly still really likes Austin. Like, even after the conversation they would have, she would always go back to Austin. Austin would still be in the back of her mind. But anyways, they're both right, but I think they both need to have separate conversations about boundaries and then the relationship as a whole, and I think eventually they'll be okay and they'll lock in. I still think that they're both staying. I don't think they'll leave the villa, but I do think they're both going to stay. I don't see either of them leaving. Okay, so I want to continue with this.
The whole thing about the boundaries, it was just to make you feel comfortable and make me feel comfortable. But did we not say we're open? Did you not tell me that you want to be open? So it's like, now when I'm doing that, it's a problem.
Am I not missing?
And then Sierra comes in. I'm like, I don't want Sierra's point on this, honestly. And then let's move on to her next question, I think. Okay.
You wanted to do things like that.
I completely get that.
Oh, and also I hated the music in behind of whenever just remove the damn music. Just removing the music. I hated the music in this episode.
But when it comes to boundaries being set, what do I look like dialing my shit back when she's exploring?
Ace is right. Why do I have boundaries when Shelly doesn't have any boundaries? It makes no sense.
So Shelly and Chris, why haven't you had a conversation since Casa seems like avoiding?
I wrote down
Certain intentions and things were said that haven't been followed through.
I'm curious to know what intentions were said that weren't being followed through.
It's just been a thing of like...
Okay, so let me talk about this. So Shelly is used to a man chasing her. But not only that, Ace has put more effort in their personal relationship. So Shelly, in her mind, is comparing Ace's relationship and her and Chris's relationship. Ace has, pulled her for chats, created dates, like gave her like bouquet of flowers. That's what Ace would do, right? While Chris hasn't really pulled Shelly for, like, we haven't even seen Shelly and her speak, which is weird. Why, if Chris, if you like her so much, why haven't you pulled Shelly for a chat? And Shelly's like, oh, because it seems like Chris is just sitting back and watching everybody play out and then make a move without having conversations with people about what he's seeing. So he's seeing and then watching everybody. After he's watched everybody from afar, then he's made his decision internally to go, I'm just going to go for Huda. But he hasn't pulled Shelly for a chat to talk about what he's seeing, what he feels. He just feels what he sees is what's actually happening. So what you have here is what Shelly and Chris, they're both looking at the things differently. Shelly's like, I think you're avoiding me. And Chris is like, I've made my intentions clear. You're the one who's not making any move to me, which is weird to say, but
avoiding, like, there's no eye contact, there is no conversation, no nothing like that. So when I don't see anything so grand and significant from what I already have.
And when she said grand or significant, I don't know what she means by that. Like, where you guys are stuck in a house and an island, like, what grand? And that's the other thing too. I think the boys kind of mess things up here. You guys are here to develop a connection. You guys are not here to create like mini dates and stuff, right? That's what the Peacock Love Island's supposed to do. You guys are supposed to be here to create a connection. So I don't know what else Chris, other than pulling you for a chat and having a conversation with you, I don't know what else Chris is supposed to do. Not everybody can be ace and create creative dates. I don't know what you mean by grand gestures.
Going on, it almost feels like, okay, I don't want to waste my time and ruin what I have based off of just a whole bunch of words. That's just what it was.
And here's my thing too. She says she doesn't want to ruin what she has. But the thing is, if what you have is something you don't want to ruin, because by exploring other people, you have the potential of ruining your own main connection. If your main connection, your most important connection is so important to you, why are you still exploring?
I got the nuts.
And that's why Chris sat back, because I'm like, you just said it right there. You like Ace more than you like me. But then again, Chris is also in the wrong, because Chris needs to pull Shelly for a chat and have these conversations. The fact that we're having these conversations first here is not good. You should have pulled Shelly for a chat and discussed this with her. Okay. I think she has more here.
Ace are still open. Whoever wrote it, I would love to know so I can understand what you're referring to.
I wrote it. I just wanted to bring.
I didn't think Huda will actually say that I wrote it.
So back when me and Jeremiah were together, I felt like you were like the number one person always tell me, Huda, relax, it's just a challenge. Relax, it's just a challenge.
When that was happening, the only time I recall me telling you it's a challenge is when there was bombshells coming in, and you wanted to tweak on bombshells who don't know you, who don't know Jeremiah, who don't know y'all.
Facts. She literally broke her back to see who Jeremiah was kissing, which was Iris. She almost broke her back in the whip challenge, the leather and whip challenge. She wanted to attack Amaya when Amaya was kissing Jeremiah. What else did Jeremiah do? She also found it really weird that that Alejandra and Jeremiah was kissing. She goes, they're actually kissing? That's why all the girls told you after each and every challenge is just a challenge. Calm down. Because your crash out is so unhealthy toxic, brings everybody down, not productive, and it's just very manipulative, right? Because you are on a dating show.
Connection, and you wanted to be so furious at them for no reason.
I thought in general it's just a challenge.
It was not second. I feel like too many times, like,
it is just a challenge, but Huda, you push it way too far. Putting your punani on one of your good friends or best friend that you say you love, I love you. Side note, do you guys, I barely tell my own fan members that I love them. Like, do y'all tell your friends I love you? I don't say I love you. I don't. But that has to deal with like my own like avoidant whatever. But like, love to me is such a powerful big word for me. And I do not sling it around. I know a lot of people around me sling it around, and I'm like, I like you too, girl. But that's a me thing. That's a me thing. If I just met you in the villa and you're saying I love you, and I'm like, girl, we don't know you. I was like, girl, not yet. I was like, oh, you love me? Oh, that's so cute. I don't know you. I don't know you. Huda fails to understand that what she did was too much, especially to your good friend that you guys confide and chat and have grown a girl relationship with, right?
give you a lot of grace for stuff. So I'm trying to hear you out right now, but I really don't. And it's just like right now it's starting to aggravate me.
I did that in that moment. It upset you. That won't happen again. I will say, okay, I fucked up and I shouldn't have done that. I hate that I upset you. I really...
See, if this was the only time I saw Huda talking, then I would have been like, oh my God, she's changed. This is amazing. She's changing. She's learning. She's growing. But no, when she goes up there and opens her mail, I go, oh my God, Huda, you don't care. You just want this to be over. And then she sheds her tears so we can all feel bad. No, girl, you can cry, but like, I can acknowledge that you're crying and also not have empathy, because you should have at your grown age, you should understand like what you did was also wrong. You did too much. You did too much. All you had to do was kiss him. Like, that position that you were on Ace was enough. You don't have to put your butt around, plop on him, put his face in your nah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And all I can say is I'm sorry. At the end of the day, a fucking challenge, it doesn't compare to my friendship with you. All I can ask is for forgiveness, but...
Let's go to her part, Huda's part. Ugh, ads. Shout out to CTV. Shout out to CTV. I ain't gonna hold you. CTV has holding me down this entire month of Love Island craziness. And I love them. I love them for that. But yeah, I mean, I'm using CTV and they usually play two ads, the same ads over and over and over and over again. We get it, Virgin Radio. So when Huda comes up, we see her true version. Huda has been authentically herself.
Like, I did vote you to leave twice.
But I think this is the version that she ends up being when girls turn on her. Yeah? So now we see Nick, who is messy AF. Here's the thing, and that's why I had to rewatch this episode several times, because I had to rewatch certain clips several times because I can't believe that was said. I can't believe the same Nick that Huda trusts, the same person that Huda trusts and loves, would write such a note and say this to her face. But then again, it had to be said because it is true. We did want her gone in the beginning because she was acting a complete menace. But like, I don't understand why people can sit you down and tell you the things that you've done wrong. Why does it have to be in a challenge like this where everybody's actually finally being honest about everything that has happened? Why can't everybody have a face-to-face conversation? And when everybody says confrontation, everybody's like, oh, you want to be... No. I want to sit down and chat. And that's why I can never go on a show on Love Island, because I will sit down and have a conversation with you. When Nick was having a conversation with Huda, about what Huda did in the challenge, that's the time where Nick could have said, hey, you know, it was a bit too much. It's a continuation of the behavior that you exhibited in the beginning of the show. That's why the girls are angry. I will give you grace and I will forgive you, but you cannot continue to do this. Is that so hard to do?
Yeah, I just feel like with that great relationship,
and Nick is saying that here,
between Hannah and Charlie, it was just sad to see something like that disappear when I felt like you had gotten a lot more opportunities when someone already had something great, and I feel like that was just torn apart.
I feel like I've grown a lot in here. Yes, I've continued to make mistakes.
I don't know if she has grown a lot in here. That is still yet to be seen. I think she has no choice but to grow. If not, the producers would have kicked her out. I don't think she's grown. I think she has to change her behavior so she doesn't get kicked off of the actual island. That's me.
I feel like that's life. And then constant.
It is life. But the things that you were about to jump Jeremiah. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know what you were about to do, but you were about to jump Iris, jump Jeremiah in the beginning. So, girl.
And I think that I truly did that to the fullest. So, that is my answer.
I respect what she did. Like, she exposed to everybody.
Yeah, she talked to everybody.
To
Next.
Huda, from Anonymous. Do you think you've been following girl code when it comes to Chris and Shelly's relationship?
Chris is like, why am I always involved?
Are you a girl's girl?
But Chris didn't play this correctly. Like I said, Chris should have pulled Shelly and told all of his feelings about Shelly to her face before this.
This is Love Island, and we are exploring multiple connections. Nobody owns anybody, especially if you are open. That's it.
She got this wrong, and that's why they're gonna double back. They're gonna double back. Huda got that wrong because we all know Huda and Shelly bought Chris back so Huda and Shelly can explore Chris. They have some like a weird pact. Something's unspoken. And that's why Shelly is looking Huda weird. Right? It's true. No guys own nobody on this damn island. But if Shelly is truly your real girlfriend, ride or die, you tell Shelly about your feelings about the man that she's also trying to pursue. Keep it a buck. Keep it a book. If me and my good friends are pursuing the same man, I'm telling her, just letting you know, girl, my feelings are intensifying. I did have a kiss with him. I just want to let you know. I don't want anybody else to leak that information. I want to tell you myself. Like, you know what I mean?
To Huda, from Shelly. If you're going to preach about being a girl's girl, you should practice what you preach. To want loyalty and respect from your friends, but not give it is crazy.
Here's the thing with Huda. And I said this in a TikTok. Huda does not know what she does. Like, she doesn't know. She does not know when she's doing something wrong. She does not know when she's doing something wrong. And yes, that is weird. That is problematic. You know, she needs to go to therapy. All of the above, right? But because we don't know when Huda is doing something wrong, and I think that's the thing. I think the girls are just trying to. I think the girls are now understanding who Huda is, right? Huda is going to move in the way that benefits her, a bit selfishly, even though in the beginning of the season, she made it very clear to each and every girl in the damn villa, if you come after my Jeremiah man, we're done. Like, she made it clear. Nobody pulled Jeremiah for a chat. And before he wanted to, or they wanted to, it was too late because everybody had their own opinions about Jeremiah already. There's no point in exploring a guy who was doing all that with Huda. So because of all of that, the girls are like, if that's how you're moving for the guy that you really like, why can't you move like that with the guy that I really like. And that's what the girls are saying. But the girls, Huda moves one way when it comes to her relationships and then moves a different way with the girls. I don't know why. And I think it's because she clearly does not know when she's doing something wrong. When she said, is it because I'm too pretty? No, girl. It's because you put your butt on your girl boyfriend's face. You could have been anybody else. And yes, you are a beautiful, pretty girl, Huda. We all know that. We all see that. But you ain't gonna beat the allegations of those dance moves. Like, where did you get those dance moves from? You know, even I myself be watching some YouTube, some dance moves. I have no fat behind there now. It's all like firm. I'm like, my God, I can't even twerk. Listen, it's like, Huda, like, what do you mean? And that's the thing. She's not really good at empathizing with the girls, but like why her actions are rubbing them the wrong way, which is weird to me.
You say how your intentions are in the best interest of your friends, but they're actually selfish, and I wish you'd stand on that. Is this about the Chris situation?
It's about a lot of things. Everything that we.
So when Shelly goes, is a lot of things, and this is where I think Shelly and the girls are also wrong too. We've given the girls so many opportunities to kick Huda off, or given the girls a lot of opportunity to sit down with Huda and tell her what you're doing is wrong. They've been tippy-toeing around Huda and her emotions for weeks. And it does seem like the girls did not like her. And I knew it too. I knew it. No one's going to look at all of what Huda has done to the girls behind their backs, to Jeremiah. I can't wait for movie night. Like, I literally can't wait. This is literally my Super Bowl. Like, I love this show. Love you, Peacock. They're not going to look at Huda doing all of that and be like, she's a good person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to keep those feelings to the chest. They're going to keep it here. And that's why Shelly's like, I can't keep it here anymore. I can't. You move too weird, Huda. You move too weird. I can't keep it here anymore. But Shelly should have sat down with Huda and had a one-on-one conversation about all of her behavior, how the behavior keeps going, how it's a pattern. They need to have an honest, open, constructive, deep, emotional conversation about everything that Huda has done.
Talked about already.
Here is not the place to do that. That's
you did not stand on that when it came to me. What was the second thing that I said to you?
Just want loyalty and respect from your friends, but not give it.
That goes back to the Jeremiah and you shit. You wanted loyalty and respect. You were so gracious for that we gave that to you, but you didn't extend that when you had the chance to do that. And then the last thing with the whole Chris thing, I know it was the thing of like, oh, it's a win-win situation. It didn't sit right with me from the moment it came out of your mouth.
Because I was interested in Chris.
What?
This is where Shelly's wrong. Shelly's wrong here. Shelly is wrong right here. Okay? I don't know why Shelly's having amnesia, but we saw that clip. We saw that scene. Inside the changing room with the girls in Casa Amor. Shelly is sitting here. Huda is sitting here. Huda goes, listen, I like Chris. I'm going after Chris. Me and him have a connection. She basically almost like asked Shelly for permission to explore Chris, which I think is you don't need to ask permission. You just have to tell her. It's just Love Island. You're here to create connection. Just tell her. And I want to bring him back. And I understand that you also like Chris too. And Shelly's like, yeah, sure. Okay. But like Shelly is so wrapped up in her own emotions in her head that she didn't think that conversation was for her, while Huda is like, I did Shelly a favor. I brought her back, like, so you should be kissing my feet, which is weird for Huda. That's what basically Huda is saying. Huda is basically saying that here. She's basically just said, I bought him back for both of us. I did you a favor. Why is this not playing? I did you a favor. Why are you acting like I didn't, like, sat down with you and chatted with you, girl? Hold on now. CTV, I was just boasting you up.
What? The whole bringing Chris back was not only for you.
But you kept saying, but I'm doing it for you because I know what you really.
That's weird. Why would he? That's what I'm saying. Like, why would he say you're doing it for me? Do things for yourself.
For you could stand on that.
Yeah, stand on that. I agree with Shelly here. That's weird behavior.
To take him for me and to explore that connection.
Because and I've expressed to you how many times, please continue to pursue Shelly. Please continue to pursue Shelly. I have not lied about that. I literally keep encouraging him to pursue you. Do you understand?
Yeah, but why do you need to bring a guy for your girlfriend? Like, if you want to explore her. Like Shelly's gonna choose a man for herself. You don't need to choose a man for her. You're not doing her a favor. You're just making it worse. Let's move on.
Class, but that they kissed in the speakeasy.
Yeah, so Alejandra did something really bad here. That's why I have to, like, the fact that I agree with Huda rubs me the wrong way, but I have to. Alejandra, you have no right to be sharing somebody's intimate dealings. You know, like, if I'm coming to you guys, like, I'm coming to you and I told you, hey, I kissed a guy, so what happened? That's between you and I, okay? It's not between you, your mom, your dad, your cousin, no. But I knew it too. Like, there was, and that's why the producers kept that scene because of this. Because I knew it. When Alejandra was coming closer with her Billy bag, with the bean bag, I knew, like, deep down inside, I'm like, Huda, Alejandra did not talk to you after the whole challenge. She left her toasty. She didn't want to be next to you when you were crying. Alejandra's not your friend, girl. I mean, I don't know if Alejandra's not your friend, but Alejandra doesn't like you. She doesn't like your behavior. So she's gonna be like, you're cool and all, but I'm gonna watch you. I'm gonna watch you. So I just don't think it was like, and Huda, and that's the other thing, like, that's why Huda needs a lot of help. Like, and I agree with everybody online who's saying that they feel bad for Huda, because I do feel bad for Huda in the sense that she needs a lot of help with developing emotional and intellectual maturity, because her social awareness is so off. For you to go to Alejandra and tell that secret is insane. You could have told any other girl. Like, I know she's not really friends with Amaya and Edrina. They're just like backup friends, right? Like, when the other three girls don't want to talk to her, that's when she wants to go talk to them, right? And Amaya's sweet. Like, she wants to be friends with everybody. She wants everybody to get along. So it's just like, rubs me the wrong way. I'm sorry. Yeah, so Huda should have clocked the fact that Alejandra's not the right person to say that to. And Chris is like so upset. Like, who are you to tell my intimate dealings? He shouldn't have done that. And I understand Huda's frustration here. Okay, so we're just gonna move on. Yeah, Chris, I already talked about Chris, which I won't talk about. Like, I like Chris, but, like, I think his actions were a bit dismissive. He's trying to be dismissive. It's like, oh, don't come for me.
It is what it is, so that's it.
It's already been told. I'm not here to play it safe or to be in the villa. I could give a fuck.
And the fact that the girls think that Chris wants to be in the villa is insane. But then again, why is an NBA player at Love Island? Can somebody tell me this? Can somebody tell me why? And that's why the girl said he just wants to say, what is his motives? Because why are you here? Keep saying, fuck less, like I can go across. Then go! You shouldn't be here. You're an NBA player. Can't. Moving on. So Alejandra and Clark. Yes. I want to play on Alejandra's and Clark's exchange. I think that's the only one I'm going to talk about, and then I'll talk about Alejandra, Clark, and Loser Taylor.
I just wanted, like, we had our time to chat. The only thing.
I'm just rewinding.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Go as Alandria.
To Alandria from Clark. I know you think I'm just a test, and that's our connection. It's only physical, but it's way more than that. It's very real. Congrats.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Alejandra is a grown woman. She doesn't look at physical connection as any type of connection. And some people online are saying that she doesn't like a physical connection, doesn't take physical connection seriously. I agree, but that doesn't mean she doesn't like a physical connection. I think she's probably had a lot of guys who probably have objectified her body and is tired of men objectifying her body first before trying to connect with her mind. So she's looking for a man who can value her as a person, value her mind, her personality, her principles, her values, her goals, her wants, her needs, than her body. And that's why she didn't like Jalen, because Jalen was looking at her and he couldn't even believe that he was with her. Like, he thought she was so beautiful. He just wanted, and he's a physical touchy guy. It seems like Jalen, that's the type of guy he is. But he's trying to, respect Alejandra, which, as you should. But Alejandra kind of took it as, that's just physical. It means nothing. But that's not true, right? What could mean physical to you could be really something meaningful for somebody else. Like, look at Clark and Taylor. Taylor, the loser. Clark, which I'm just gonna say, I don't hate Clark, but I don't like Clark. But the fact that she's having like all these like lots of facial expressions, like her facial expressions are telling me everything versus what she's saying out of her mouth. She's trying to keep it classy and cool, but she's like, her facial expressions, baby. So it's quite clear the fact that Taylor is a touchy person with the right person, with Clark. And he likes Clark because he brings out a side, just like Pepe and Hannah, that he never thought could have brought out by a woman, right? And Alejandra doesn't get that because she doesn't look at a physical connection as a threat, because she doesn't value physical connection. But Clark saying this, I value Clark in this very moment saying this to be her because Taylor has been too pussy, a wimp, dragging Alejandra's relationship for decades without telling what needs to be said to her face, which is, guess what? I don't like you. But then again, we all know he has been trying to say that, but she hasn't been peeping it. But she's been peeping it as we know from like the crash out. She's been peeping it, but she's just waiting for Taylor to actually say it so she can move on. But which I'll get to. I value Clark actually saying, you know what, just letting you know, like, our connection is actually much deeper than you actually think. Whatever Taylor's telling you, it's actually much deeper. And that's why Alejandra goes, congrats, because she already knows that. Like, she knows that. You don't need to tell her. The whole point of telling her is kind of useless, kind of like rubbing it in. But I get her saying it, and it needed to be said.
During our conversation, that was a little.
So, and Clark being like, oh, you're a test, because you are a test, baby girl. A test that Taylor failed. Taylor failed the test. There was no connection between Alejandra and Taylor. That's why he left to you. So, like, Clark, be quiet. Moving on. But it needed to be said because Taylor wasn't saying it. But, Alejandra finally crashed out and said what needed to be said. But I just gotta say, Clark is a beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. Her makeup is tea, baby. She knows how to do her makeup. I'm gonna need that makeup routine when she leaves the damn villa. I'm gonna need it.
Casa girls, anybody that's come in to step on toes, so don't take it as like, oh.
Okay, I didn't need that. So then we're going into the actual cross out. Yes, Taylor the loser. It's about time. Let's see.
So quickly. From question mark. Clark, give me a different feeling. Like, you know, you get that kid feeling and it's just like...
How old are you?
25.
So when Alejandra did that, I think I know what she's trying to do there. I think she was trying to say is like, okay, you get that kid feeling, cool. So why can't you tell me that? Like, how old are you? Like, why are you a kid? Like, why are you the first time now experiencing this? Like, why can't you tell me this to my face if that's how you actually feel? I don't know what you're trying to do there.
Oh, I can't be a kid?
Oh, she doesn't want him to be a kid. In regards to, like, the soft boy era that Taylor wants to be in. Again, Aleandra's looking for a man. And she's not going to get that with Taylor. You know what I mean?
I can't have a kid too?
Sure.
Alright.
It's just really crazy to me how you guys have built a connection for what, 3-4 weeks now?
And that's why, like, I feel bad for Huda. Because, like, even after they dogpiled on Huda still stand up for Alejandra. Even Alejandra exposed that kiss with Alejandra. Even though Alejandra exposed Chris and Huda's kiss. Like, Huda still came back instead of for Alejandra. Damn.
And what, 3 days, 4 days changes that completely.
I've already got to know her for 3 weeks. Can I get to know her?
So why are you telling Alejandra that you're gonna spend time with her and then not do that?
I'm trying.
You're trying?
Clark, do you feel like he's trying?
Yes.
Honestly, I would say yeah.
She's just saying yeah because that's her man. She's not going to embarrass her man.
You say that from Alejandra. Stand on business and stop acting like a little bitch with a smiley face.
Period, poo.
Yeah.
Period.
The night of the challenge, we had a little chat. You told me like, oh.
And Clark is like, yeah, you're right. You ate with that because Taylor is being like a little bee. He is.
Oh yeah, when I went, I wanted to kiss you back out of respect for Clark. I did it. First of all, you never.
As a respect for Clark, she wanted to kiss Taylor, which was insane.
You spared my feelings throughout this whole entire thing, but now you sparing hers. I don't like that. So if it was always fuck my feelings, it's officially fuck yours.
Ooh! Ooh! She ate! She goes, oh, F my feelings? Great. It's officially F yours too. Like, I don't care about you anymore.
You don't get that you're trying to explore. So it's like you're telling me one thing, but you're moving another. I don't know what you're telling Clark, but I know what you're telling me.
It's about time.
You still want to explore both of us, but it does not give that.
It's about time.
But you don't move like that.
Make a rip.
In that moment when
Make a rip.
chose Clark, like that wasn't on some I'm gonna continue to get to know both
She was
of
willing
you.
to dump
Like
me.
she was gonna leave the island.
Literally,
You
y'all
she
didn't know no
still
one was going to
be
get saved.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to throw a whole fucking connection away that you've been building on for 3 to 4 weeks just because shit got hard.
But Alejandra, he doesn't like you though. This is what I'm happy that she's crashing out finally because she has the right to. But like she keeps forgetting that he does not like you. He goes, oh, who's gonna kick me out of the island? He didn't choose me, which means I was gonna be dumped. Yeah, because he does not like you. What? How is that so hard to comprehend? And Taylor goes, oh, you're gonna be dumped.
I've been so motherfucking real with Taylor, and I cannot express how fucking angry I've been. I've been holding this shit together. I've been taking shit on the chin every motherfucking day, being dumped left and motherfucking right. Not once did I ever question my worth. What do you need from me? What do you need from this fucking connection? You can.
No, and that's the problem with Alejandra. Like, and a lot of women do feel that, right? A lot of women do feel that. A lot of women do feel a lot of women do feel because I put years and months, and that's why everybody ends up settling. Because I've put years and months into this connection, this connection, there's no way to leave it. Like, I've put in so much time. Time equals me being committed equals love. That's not love, girl. What you have with Taylor wasn't love, wasn't a connection. It wasn't anything. Just because you've been together for 3 weeks, that 3 weeks was nothing, while Taylor was able to build something with Clark in 3 days. It's about the substance. It's the quality, not the quantity. And she doesn't get that. But I'm here for her getting it off. You know?
Experiences for everybody individually. So the time I move for me, it's a damn problem for you. And I feel for Sierra, I could have left you vulnerable.
She gave you 5 minutes of conversation. That was enough for you to stand up.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
I let you speak.
You said a whole bunch of bullshit, but go ahead.
It's my experience too. I'm not moving to keep you here, you feel me?
Right.
I'm moving to make a connection, whoever I make a connection with.
That's a lie. I think he moved several times to keep her because he felt bad for her because he's an OG and everybody likes her. There were times where he moved. I think when he picked Clark in that heart challenge, he finally moved for himself, in my opinion.
So that was my whole plan throughout here. And the way you was thinking was you want me to move for you.
Ooh. He stood on business. Damn.
You feel me?
And the way Taylor is talking is like a whole different Taylor. Like, who is this Taylor? You feel me? You feel me? Who are you? That's what I'm saying. Nobody's being themselves.
Alright. Hey, to Taylor from ? Make up your damn mind.
Okay, so this is where Taylor should have been, okay, you know what? I'm going to make up my mind and I will tell both of them after this challenge. But no, the fact that Taylor said, I pay Clark, you just humiliated Alejandra. And that's why we will continue to hate you, Taylor. We will continue to hate you. Okay? Yeah, I think that was it for that episode. Alejandra hopefully should move on. Obviously, you can't move on from a relationship in which you have a lot of feelings. Alejandra does have a lot of feelings for Taylor. So with that being said, I do think that it would take her some time because seeing the guy that you were romantically involved with still living with you is going to be hard. But she should move on. But the thing is, who should you move on with? Oh yeah, Nick. Yeah, but that's why movie night should come. Because what is that gonna mean though? Like, are we gonna bump Alejandra off the villa? I think Alejandra. Okay, this is who I think should be out of the villa. Austin, Elon, Grayson. Oh my God, not Grayson. Elon, Austin, Pepe, Taylor. Zach Hay. Oh my God. Ew. And that's it. My strongest couples, honestly, from connection off the rip. Iris and JT, Justin Timberlake. Okay. We literally know nothing about their connection. Like, literally nothing about their connection. But they seemingly look really strong. So next, I would say Taylor and Clark, even though I hate Taylor and I don't like Clark. Clark is not showing her true self, but I like the fact she's keeping it classy. But then again, that's how you should act. Again, I hate commenting people for things that how they should act. People are like, oh, congratulations for acting that way. No, that's how you should act. You know what I mean? It's like Huda walking away from. Remember that guy goes, oh, you're acting so dominant. I acted so dominant. I didn't like that you act so dominant. And then Huda walks away. That's how you should act. But everybody's like, oh my God, let's clap for Huda. No, that's how you should act. That's bare minimum act. I would clap if Huda stayed and be like, why are you asking me those questions? Are you threatened by me? Do I make you do I emasculate you when that happens? Like, that's what I would go. So, strongest couple, JT and Iris. Second, Taylor and Clark. Third, Huda and Chris. Though I love Chris. The way Chris still kept himself this challenge and also did not disrespect the girls when they were talking. Love him. I do love the way he looks at Huda. I love the way he looks at Huda, even though I don't like Huda. Huda does weaponize her tears and refuses to empathize and understand what the girls are coming through. When you know that what the girls have done to her, what she has done to girls, she would never let anybody do to her. You know. And I guess after that would be Shelly and Ace and moving on, right? Those are my top couples. I'm a Canadian. I can't vote. So let me know your thoughts. This is a long episode. Hopefully y'all got here. Let me know if you guys got to this point. Stay safe and out here in these streets. And buckle up for Thursday's episode. It's going to be hella good. I'm really excited. I wonder when movie night's coming. I wonder if they're still doing the Twitter challenge. I want to know it all. I'm wrapping my entire personality with this Love Island season. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself when I'm not watching Love Island. I love it so much. It's giving me life. I'm happy. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. And I know there's been like updates with Blake Lively and whatever, but like not anything substantial, you know? Bye.